Today on Timmy's TV Throwback, we are looking at Kipper, the children's show about a dog as he embarks on various adventures with his friends. The show had 78 episodes and started broadcasting from 1997. Kipper is a Jack Russell Terrier and has many friends like Tiger, Pig, Arnold, and Jake. Let's take a look at a couple of adventures. First up, Kipper gets a visitor. Asleep in a storm, Kipper is under a blanket as all of a sudden he hears a noise. He gets up to see a duck tries to get in, so Kipper lets him in. He sees that he is soaking wet. Kipper gets him a nice box and blanket as he tries to warm up the duck. He gets the duck a slipper to sleep in as the duck goes to sleep. Kipper heads back to sleep as the next day he wakes up to find the duck sleeping with him. He sees the mess the duck has made as he starts to clean up after him. The duck hops into the bucket and starts swimming around. Kipper then says he can go into the bath as he gets some shampoo and puts it in. He puts a rubber duck in as Kipper gets some breakfast. All of a sudden Kipper hears crazy noises, so he rushes back upstairs only to find the duck is angry with the rubber duck. Kipper gets the duck out the bath and dries him down. They then have breakfast as they have cereal. The duck falls off the seat as Kipper tries to help him eat. Kipper then cleans up the mess once more as the duck wants to play with the ball. The duck keeps bringing stuff to Kipper as he then sucks up a sock. Kipper thinks he has sucked up the duck as all of a sudden he turns around and hugs him. They look at the book he brought as they head back to bed. They are taught about parents and children animals, and Kipper finds out he isn't really a duck after all and is a goose. He then learns he can fly as he wants to go home with the rest of his family. The goose flies off as the episode ends. Now we have Kipper and the seaside. At the beach, Kipper is walking along with Tiger as Tiger is carrying everything. They pick a location to settle down as Tiger then drops everything. Kipper wants to build a sandcastle as Tiger then builds something. Kipper wants to get involved but he messes up and breaks the mallet. Kipper heads off to find a rock as he draws a long line in the sand. He then makes a picture of himself as he brings a rock back to Tiger to continue building. Tiger tells him to take it back as Kipper gets annoyed as he wants to do other stuff. Tiger tries to inflate the bed as Kipper makes a giant sandcastle. He finds a shell and puts it on the castle but it walks off. Kipper is confused as he puts it back on. Tiger is struggling to inflate the bed as he then falls asleep on it. He then gets swept out to sea. Kipper discovers a hermit crab as the tide comes in. Kipper tries to save his castle as he then spots all his stuff over the sea. He then sees Tiger in trouble as he goes to save him in the duck, rowing along. He pulls Tiger to safety as the bed then sinks. But it's so shallow it doesn't matter. They walk by Kipper's big face as Tiger wants his face done, and that's the episode. This third adventure is called Pig's Shop. Kipper is walking around with his conker as Pig is trying to sell his sweets. Kipper comes over as he can't decide what to have. So Pig says he can have free tasting. But Pig tastes the sweets instead and describes them to Kipper. Arnold eats a lot of sweets as Pig shows off the gobstoppers that change the color of your tongue. Kipper then asks for one of each as Pig picks them out. Arnold tries to use the cashier as he falls over. Pig then says how much it will be as Kipper says he has no money. So he shows off his conker as he explains the rules to Pig. Pig then demands some conkers in return for a gobstopper, so Kipper rushes off to find some. Tiger turns up to the shop as Pig does another taste test. Kipper finds a bunch of conkers as Tiger then turns up and surprises him. Kipper shows off his conkers as Tiger then shows off his conker. They then battle as Kipper loses. Kipper tries again as he loses again. Kipper says he is using the rest of the conkers to pay Pig. So at the store Jake is trying to order as Kipper interrupts and shows off his conkers. Only for Pig to confess that Tiger has already paid him his conkers. Kipper is disappointed as he finds out the conker was a godstopper all along. Jake then gets his sweet as Pig doesn't feel so well. So Kipper takes over the shop as Kipper starts tasting the sweets in front of Tiger as the episode ends. Now this final adventure is called Kipper and the Magic Act. Kipper is wondering what to play with as he goes to his wardrobe that is full of stuff. He finds a magic book as he looks through it. He then makes a wizard's hat and wand as he gets ready to perform. He then makes a box as he calls Tiger to invite everyone around to watch the show. They all arrive as Kipper then starts his act. He pulls out some cards as Arnold takes one. Kipper tries to guess the card, but Arnold shows him the card. Now using his hat he tries to do some magic, but Arnold points out the flaws. Kipper continues with the act as he pulls a rabbit out the hat. He then makes the snake dance. He then saws the sock thing in half as everyone claps before it even happens. He then makes Owl disappear as he puts him into the box and pulls the lever. Pig and Tiger then want to make Arnold disappear, so he puts him in the box. Arnold has disappeared as Pig and Tiger come over to inspect. Arnold then goes behind them and hides. Kipper then explains how he does his tricks as all of a sudden he can't find Arnold. Kipper is confused as he doesn't know what to say. The three of them go looking for Arnold as they can't find him, so they go eat biscuits on the sofa as all of a sudden he appears from behind the cushions and sits on the sofa. They celebrate his return as that's the end of the episode. Overall, Kipper was a very good cartoon telling interesting and funny stories, and the characters were very cool and I like it. So thank you for watching. If you have any TV shows you like to see me do, put them in the comments.